Hello, guys. Good evening. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank y'all. Hey, Jasmine. Hello, family. Hello, witches and stuff. So, I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes to get in here. I'm so sorry that I'm running late. Of course, I have a good reason for that. So, we are right in front of the new fountain. Okay, just in case y'all like to look at water. We're gonna do a witch's forecast. So we're gonna be using all oracle cards. These readings are going to be practical, witchy at the same time. Okay, and I'm gonna go according to the zodiac because we're all our own individual people. And different witches go through different things at different times. Okay, so welcome to the channel. Make sure that you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. If you guys need a private reading with me, okay, the link to my Etsy is below, as well as my Cash App information. Currently for the summer, my reading prices are $30 for a half hour, $60 for a full hour. Okay. Alrighty. And so you guys can Cash App me at $Psychic Jamila as well. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm going to start doing the divination while you guys are coming in here. If you guys, I'm going to try to put the timestamps. I really try to do that, but I usually get so busy that I'm never able to. So today is June the 9th of 2020, and these are going to be an overall witchy forecast for the month of June. We're going to call to the spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels, ascended masters for the Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Aquarius. I'm sorry, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Okay, what messages do you have for each sign for the month of June? So I'm going to throw out 3 cards. I'm going to lay them face down, all in your piles. Each sign will have 3 cards. We're going to be reading out of the Dark Goddess Oracle, the Kitchen Witch, what is it? Kitchen Witchery deck, Oracle deck, and then the Witch's Wisdom. Okay, all 3 of these Oracle decks are made by the same people. Okay, chatters, I will get to y'all in a little bit. I've got to get the cards laid out. Spirits, what messages do you have for Aries through Pisces for the month of June? So I'm not going to be using the books for this reading necessarily. I'll just be going strictly by my intuition. Okay, so this is the Witch's Wisdom deck. I am loving this deck. It brings a lot to my readings, my personal readings for myself, as well as readings that I do for clients. Spirit guides, what messages do you have from the Witch's Wisdom? What witchy wisdom do you have for the Aries through the Pisces? Okay, and just to remind you, it's Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. That is the zodiac order, okay? Right, interesting. So that thing that I knew would happen actually happened. This particular oracle deck has a pentacle on it, and so what I'm noticing is that some of them actually are upright and some of them are facing downward. So I can kind of see a little bit about the reading, judging by that already. Okay, so Aries, you guys' pentacle is inverted. Okay, so that kind of tells me that there are certain things that you need to maybe put to the side and maybe prioritize. But let's take a look at your cards. Up, you guys got Hecate. Okay, so the first card that you got, which represents protection, is Hecate. So Spirits is saying that a lot of you Aries, just right off the bat, you do not have proper spiritual protection. Now you also have the purification card or the sage card that comes up from the kitchen witch oracle. And then you got the witch's hat, which represents power. So many of you Aries people, Spirits is feeling as though, number one, you're not putting enough thought process into protection. And then also they feel like you're not necessarily, I feel like this card represents increasing your intent with your spell work, or at least using magic to get what you want. Okay, so many of you are feeling attacked. I feel like the reason why Hecate shows up in the Aries reading is because many of you have been under psychic attack. Okay, and they feel as though, with this card coming up, the Witch's Hat card representing power, they feel as though you're either not putting enough power into your work, or maybe you need something stronger. I know that for me, I did certain protection for a very long time, but then I decided to get something a lot stronger. So, or some of you are not using magic to your advantage. Okay, now the Sage card coming up in the reverse position does tell me that many of you guys are needing to clear yourself, not necessarily cut ties with anybody, but to clear yourself of negativity from the past, okay, and to move forward, with more of a clear head. Also, I feel like Spirits is talking about clarity. A lot of you guys need clarity, okay, especially with the Witch's Power card or the Witch's Hat card being in the reverse position. Lets me know something about your crown chakra, your head needing to be cleansed, needing to clear your head, needing to release a lot of worry, crown chakra work, and then third eye work, obviously. I'm sorry, I can't see you guys' chats right now at the moment. So that is overall for June. Okay, if you guys feel that you're having a difficult time, or if you're feeling, very negative about this month, or if you're feeling like things are out of your control, which can make you feel very insecure, Spirits is talking about increasing your protection. And then for Hecate to come up in your reading is representing where Hecate is calling to somebody that is looking at this reading. Okay, it's the reason why she comes up as your goddess. She represents the triple goddess. I am actually a high priestess of Hecate. She is the she's the goddess of witchcraft, necromancy, as well as the crossroads. Very powerless. Okay. That's why the three witches come up to represent Hecate, because she represents an increase in power. So Spirits is also talking about, talking about you using your spiritual gifts. Okay. I'm going to keep the goddess face up when I'm done with your reading. Now we're going to move on to the Tauruses. Guys, I should have took some allergy medicine. I'm so sorry if I snorkel. My allergies just really started messing with me probably maybe about 30 minutes ago. Okay, so moving on to the Tauruses. Your pentagram is inverted, so that lets me know that you may be dealing with dark forces, or it could be that you're dealing with your shadow side as well, is what I'm sensing for a lot of Tauruses. So the goddess that came up is Arachne, which represents hubris. And I probably should have gotten the book. I got to get the book on this deck, y'all, because and I do. That's the only book that I didn't bring back here with me. I got the other two books, but not that one. Because I feel like spirits want me to talk to you about the actual goddess. Okay, so spirits wants me to talk to you guys about the actual goddess briefly, especially if I'm a little lost. I mean, I can really tell by looking at the other two cards. You guys got the Embark card, which represents the awakening, and then the Patchouli card in the reverse position. So what I really feel is that even before I look in the book is that this goddess is talking to you about finding your life purpose and doing things that are aligned with your life purpose. Okay. Now, the energy seemed to shift for you Tauruses around Beltane, which, what was that? Was that in April or May? That was in May. Yep, May Day. May the 1st is what represents Beltane. And it represents the awakening of spring. You know what I'm saying? And so just looking at Arachne, what she represents is your fears. Facing your fears, which I believe, just like what I said, I believe that it has something to do with your shadow side. Okay, your shadow. And it may be manifesting either with a lover or either somebody that you may have an issue with. But, even if it's something that you hate, it's still a part of your dark side, which is why you are caught up in it. Okay. Also, like I said, doing things from the heart, doing things that are aligned with your life purpose and not necessarily, what is going to bring you, prosperity, but more so the things that are going to bring you purpose in life. Okay. And aligning yourself with that, having to do somewhat with money and finances. Now, I do believe that for Arachne to show up in your reading, she is representing either being deceitful or being deceived. It could be somebody coming at you, but it could also be, those things that are hidden. For example, I'm not even going to lie to you, even practicing, I started practicing witchcraft, not with the divination part, which was a mistake, but I started practicing witchcraft probably like, I would say maybe 14 or 15 years ago. And so 10 years ago, I would have never imagined that I would be doing it for the public and that I would be doing it for people and doing work for people. So it's the same thing, but it was, it was always my life purpose. It was ultimately where I was going to end up being. Okay. And so, especially when it comes to being a witch. Okay. What I feel like what she's saying is don't deceive yourself, trying to put up fronts and just be yourself. I feel like this is hidden abilities and talents that are trying to awaken in you, but you seem to be caught up in something else, Taurus, that is throwing it's distracting you and throwing off your focus, which is your purpose and your life purpose. So the Patchouli card, I think that Patchouli would be really good, because I think that if you burn some Patchouli, It would be really, really good for, sparking your imagination. Okay. And not only your imagination, but your creativity. Okay. Alrighty. Next up is the Geminis. Gems, your pentacle is in the reverse position. So you guys are dealing with some kind of opposition, whether or not it's within or outside of yourself. And the goddess that came up is Gaia. So you guys are being contacted by Mother Earth, probably for grounding. Okay. Also, you guys got, now the funny part about it is that all of your cards seem to be in the upright position, including Gaia, as well as the lemon card, which represents bitterness. Okay. And then you guys got the protection card. It's in the reverse position. So I do feel like the opposition that I could see within the Witch's Wisdom card does represent needing protection from an ex, and specifically for the Geminis. Your ex is throwing energy at you, probably because they really loved you and you left them because they couldn't get it right, and you know what I'm saying, it just, for whatever reason. And now they're mad at you. You know, we are actually in Gemini season right now, so happy birthday to all the Geminis. I'm actually on the cusp of Gemini. So I was born on June the 23rd, so I'm a Cancer. This card right here, you know what they say, when life brings you lemons, make lemonade. So I feel like you guys need to get some lemons in your house. Okay, I feel like the lemon is going to help you as far as in your kitchen witchery. Now, Gaia comes up representing creation, and I believe that what she is talking about is something that you are starting new. And I feel like what they're saying is, number one, you know, please sort of try to protect some of the information about what you're doing, but then also put protection around yourself and whatever it is that you're trying to do right now, okay, during the month of June. Looking at the book on Gaia, we all know who Gaia is, you guys. We all know who she is. She represents, just to let y'all know about this goddess, she's all about manifesting. Okay, so her powers would be taking energy from all sources and creating something out of nothing, which is almost like creation in the mother's womb. Okay, so this is all about pulling things into the physical. So I feel like she's also saying whatever it is that you want to do, and this is not coming from the book, whatever it is that you want to do, you have to put your vision, and you have to be able to vision this, because I feel like the lemon, something says to me third eye, crown, visualization. But then again, I do also believe that it's also about psychic defense or something, because this card came up, which is the magic circle, the protection card. So just for your witchy forecast for June, there's good things coming to you. Gaia can also represent prosperity coming to you, Gemini. But Spirits is saying to protect yourself. Okay, because you got some people that are upset with you and they're kind of bitter. Okay. And it seems like to me, for many of you Geminis, it's an ex from the past. And you may not even be seeing this person. But yeah, they're throwing stuff at you, whether or not you practice witchcraft or not. Okay. Ooh, what is that? Okay. Moving on to the Cancers. The Cancers, your pentacle is in the upright position. So I feel like what that is representing is, I feel like it's representing something manifesting. Okay, something manifesting, something definitely about to spark. Okay. Now, this card is actually the Wiccan Read card that comes up for you guys. And so, according to how you may feel or whatever, according to how different people have different ethical beliefs when it comes to witchcraft and magic. But I feel like what Spirit is talking about with the Ethos card is you trusting, you having trust. Now, I can already see that somebody is doing something to you, Cancer, because the DT comes up in the reverse position. So it could be either some of you Cancers are trying to get revenge, or it could be somebody that's trying to get revenge on you. Okay? Now, the Wiccan Read does state that you harm none, do as ye will, and just keep in mind that the rule of three. So I feel like this would mainly go for those of you that are trying to get revenge for revenge purposes. Revenge is very different from sending back negative karma to somebody. Revenge is when you're just not over it. You're not over it. And many of you witches could be, many of you Cancer witches could be making your decisions based upon your emotions right now. And Spirit is saying is that, now obviously if this reading does not resonate for you on one side where you're not necessarily trying to get revenge, but maybe justice, just make sure that the punishment fits the crime. Okay, is what DT is saying. So just to tell you guys about this goddess, DT or DT. I think it's DT. And thank you to the new people that just came in, hit the thumbs up. So Cancer, DT is she's a really dark goddess, okay? She actually, okay, so she's an avenger. So she's the energy that you call to for revenge, okay? And she's of Indian origin. She wanted a son more powerful than Indra, who killed her previous children. But Indra used a thunderbolt to splinter the fetus into many pieces, creating the 49 Marats. DT was also instrumental in the partitioning of India into Hindu and Tamil, North and South India, to gain control and autonomy over gods. So Spirits is saying that if you are acting out in revenge right now, Cancer, to probably pull back. And if you do act, make sure that the punishment fits the crime, is what Spirits want you to know. Now, you guys got the Blackberry card, which represents invasive. So I feel like what Spirits is saying is that, Cancer, you will solve more problems using honey than vinegar. So I feel like for the Blackberry to come up, and then especially like there's a pie there, I feel like you guys will want to, for the month of June, Spirit feels that it would be best for many of you guys to kind of probably back down from some kind of enemy or beef or something, maybe to back down from that and put your trust in the universe. So it's almost like the Ethos card is saying kind of let go and let God handle that. Now, again, make these decisions, Cancers, based upon the crime that the person committed. So somebody could have committed a terrible crime, either against you or somebody that you love, and you may have to go on and go to work. So Diddy may be okay, because I feel like many of you guys are dealing with a situation where somebody is trying to get revenge on you. So if it's the other way around to where somebody's trying to get revenge on you, then I feel like you guys have to do what you got to do. Okay. But also possibly killing that person with kindness. You know, taking more of a kinder approach. Let me see here. This is the wrong one. No, it's not. That's not the wrong one. So, ethos, I was going to tell you guys what that means. Ethos. Which is the wicked reed. I'm looking for the wrong thing. That's why I was not finding it. Represents raising your standards, adopting some ethics, understand the importance of the threefold law and the principle of cause and effect. Open your heart and trust. So whatever it is that you're dealing with right now, the advice is to trust. And I feel like something good is going to happen for a lot of the Cancers tomorrow. Sometime between tonight and tomorrow. Okay? Also, if you're practicing magic, make sure that you have perfect love and perfect trust. Okay? If you're not necessarily trusting your spirits and trusting your intuition, you know, and just remember out that what's sent out must return. Okay. Now, I also believe that many of you guys may be dealing with a situation. Then I'm going to move on. I'm going to look at this Blackberry card, because I got to break it down. Anytime DT comes up, good Lord, y'all dealing with some stuff, Cancer. So it represents represents protecting yourself from intruders. Also, Cancer, beware, because there may be somebody trying to come to do something to you during the month of June. So I feel like don't be a fool. Okay, be careful with that. Somebody may be trying to trespass on your house, an intruder or a stalker. So the words that they have in the book for the Blackberry card is time to break free, boundaries in place, intruder, stalker, get out of my face. Thorny, sharp branches and berries of black protect from invasion to prevent attack. Could be psychic attacks, could be physical. Somebody may show up. Okay? And, you know, it's funny how, you know, you can take a more, you know, a more ethical approach. And it's funny how spirits are going to work that out for you, is what I'll tell you. Okay? All right, moving on to the Leos. Hello, 15 in the chat. Hello, Scorpio Witch. Hello. Hey, Sima. All right, so Leos, your pentacle is in the upright position. You guys got the obsession card. The Shanjay card comes up as the goddess. So the advice really for, and this is very similar with it being in the upright position, I do feel that a lot of you Leos are either dealing with possibly somebody that you're obsessed with. But you know what? I believe that what this reading is going to say to you, I haven't even looked at what the other two cards is. don't get caught up in that. Okay, don't let it take over your mind, Leo. Handle your business. Okay, you see how she's in, like, she's sort of like in like a position to where, she's like fighting. You know what I'm saying? But she's kind of doing it mentally, which is why, um let me see what I can see with that. I don't know. It just, she's fighting it mentally. So a lot of you may have a stalker. Okay, a lot of Leos, which I'm not surprised because Leos very often have stalkers. And don't get caught up in the whole thing. Take some time to relax and chill out. Now, you guys also got the Apple card in the Kitchen Witch um, deck, which represents forbidden. Okay, so kind of like the forbidden apple. Okay, and then the Watchtower of the West card came up. Okay, so intuitively, what I feel is that it's got something to do with drama. Also, I feel as though it has something to do with finances and money, and then also stability and success. There's something about this Watchtower of the West card, to me, it just reminds me of, the fall when you just feel that stability, and you feel like you have gotten through the worst and you feel relaxed, because the Watchtower of the West represents water energy, which represents prosperity. It's actually also, the apple represents prosperity as well, but it's in the reverse position. So spirits is saying, hey, listen, put your mind, focus on, your goals in your life. Focus on you. Also, I feel like what the Watchtowers of the West card is saying is that you're safe and you're protected, and that you really don't have anything to worry about as far as the issues or any situations with a stalker, or either with somebody that is obsessed with you. So you don't go becoming obsessed with the obsession. Because what it'll do is it'll keep your mind occupied, and this is possibly an ex. It could possibly be an ex. I can definitely sense that there's an ex that may have the hots for you, Leo. But I feel like spirits is saying that times have changed for you. So many of you guys are going to sort of be looking at that situation from a new perspective. Okay, and then keep in mind that Shanjay, or whatever, however you pronounce her name, she's in the upright position. She's in the upright position, as you can see. So we're going to look at... Oh, yeah, that's fine. You can do that. Close my door, though, if you're going to have the TV. Close these doors. Thank you, sweetie. You didn't have to ask me about that. You could have just did it. Oh, no, you're fine, sweetie. Okay, so Shanjay, she's a fixator. So make sure that you don't become fixated. She represents obsession. Being fixated on one thing may initially help achieve a goal, but when it becomes an obsession, things can go wrong. Okay? So the foresight on her is to ask yourself, is it really worth it right now? Is it worth your energy? Okay, this is something that is not worth your energy, Leo. Stuff might be popping off, but it's not worth your energy. And going back to that Watchtower of the West card, okay, let's go back to that one, because this one I'm extremely excited about for you guys. Okay. So the watchtowers of the west, those who never sleep. The element of west is water. The tool is the chalice. As twilight descends in the optimal mist, we connect with our inner emotions. As our roots grow deep inside the belly of the earth, the god and the goddess are now king and queen of earth's bounties. Okay, well that was nice. Feel like what they're talking about is, you know, also not avoiding your emotions about something as well. Okay, and then it relates to the season of autumn, which brings you regeneration, as it works with the element of water. Okay, and by visiting the Watchtower of the West, you are being assisted to enhance your psychic abilities as your emotions heal and become balanced. Okay, so again, that apple card comes up representing forbidden knowledge as well. So many of you guys that are coming into your witchy powers, no matter how old that you are, um, you know, this is only going to help with whatever situation that you have going on. And if you're already a witch and you're a Leo, um, spirits feel as though you should cleanse yourself of the things that keep your, you know, your mind occupied or either limited. Okay, releasing yourself from those limitations, even when it comes to your magic, because a lot of people, you know, that practice magic, they don't realize that it's like layers of an onion that you're peeling back sometimes, but only in reverse. So sometimes, you know, when it could be the slightest thing that needs to be worked on, okay, that can be the answer to whatever issue that you have now. Again, the apple card being forbidden knowledge is representing there being knowledge out there that, you know, maybe you haven't really paid attention to, that you may need to pay attention to, and to, you know, kind of take your mind away from whatever a beef is, because I already feel as though the Shanjay card shows up because she's representing, you know, maybe having a beef based upon something that's in the past that does not serve your divine purpose. Okay, so that's really what I'm feeling for that. But just like I said, I feel like during the month of June, I feel like abundance and prosperity is coming to the Leos, especially with this Watchtower of the West. I can just really see, um, you know, your life being full. And this card came up in the upright position. But I feel as though whatever it is that you could be that could be occupying your mind could be vexing you. Okay. Um, so be careful with that, because those things can hold you back, you know, in some kind of limitation. Okay. Moving on to the Virgos, your goddess is Anana in the upright position, which represents seduction. Your pentacle was inverted. So you guys are connecting with the dark energy that has to do with sex, partnership, love, letting yourself go sexually and freely, freeing up some of the sexual energy as well as the creative energy. So seduction can also represent things that you desire. Okay, very easy to read this one. You guys also got the expansion card. The hemp card comes up, but it's in the inverted position. Okay, and the last card that you got is the cleansing card, the water card, which represents cleansing, and it is in the inverted position. Okay, so spirit is definitely talking about cleansing and letting go of those things that make you feel kind of like your panties are in a bunch. They make you feel sort of like, yeah, I feel like what Spirits is saying, I'm just going to tell you the truth. I feel like Spirits is talking about connecting to your sexual energy. And this is going to help you to expand, because a lot of people don't realize Virgos are really, really hard workers, okay? So they believe hard work produces results, which it does, absolutely. But Spirits is also saying that they feel as though to create growth, okay, which the hemp card represents expansion, which represents expanding the mind, okay. So what I feel is that many of you guys may, some of you could be focused on work, all work, but now another thing I want to tell you is that I can see a lover coming to a lot of you Virgos in the month of June, which is why Anana comes up in the first place. But Spirit wants you guys to clear yourself and to just like literally release and let go all of those heart chakra, those negative emotions from the past, so that you can expand and grow with this person. Whether or not it is, whatever the relationship leads to, it doesn't always have to lead to marriage and commitment. Sometimes it can just be about energy or sexual energy. So I do see love coming in with that card. The expansion card representing understanding your Venus. Understanding that, so many of you guys need to look at your Venus sign, and you need to also, pay attention to the fact that you need balance in there, not just all hard work. You really need to let yourself go and have some fun, okay, during the month of June. And if you're feeling some type of way about the past, it's time for you to shed that and have fun. And this is going to help you grow in a lot of areas in life, okay? So the Libras, you guys' pentagram is in the inverted position. The goddess that came up in your reading is the endurance card, Gay Leech, but she's in the reverse position. So I feel like somebody is testing you during the month of June. Also, Spirits is talking about getting up and getting active, increasing your endurance as far as your body. Okay, not just the mind, but the body can only help you. So I feel like the endurance card represents getting physical exercise, whether or not it's dance, yoga, or light walking. Now, the Witch's Kitchen card that you guys got is the Ginger card. And it represents power, and it's in the reverse position. So Spirit, ginger is really warming. Ginger it represents action. So the herb ginger is going to help you. If you guys are finding yourselves without energy, ginger actually helps energize you. Ginger is actually a warming root that energizes a person's spirit and their body and their soul. So ginger is going to be extremely helpful during the month of June, because I feel like somebody is trying to possibly feed off of you. Or either there's something that you may be giving yourself energetically to that may be depleting you of your energy during the month of June. Now, the Witch's Wisdom card that you got is the feminine card. The Lady Goddess comes up, but she's in the reverse position. So I feel like what Spirits is saying with this card, so you guys actually got two goddesses that came up in the reading. I feel like she's representing pampering yourself as well. Having a good balance of physical exercise with being inactive. Okay, so for example, some of you guys, when you do get physical exercise, you may have a hard time coming down off of that. So making sure that you guys are taking the time to pamper yourself, to take your spiritual baths. Definitely, I feel like it represents self-love and just showing yourself that self-love. Okay, and doing things that are going to improve yourself, your health, and your happiness. Okay. Moving on to the Scorpios. You guys' pentagram is in the... Oh, one last thing for the Libras. It's something that you definitely need to let go of, which is why it's coming at you. Some aspect of either self that's manifesting through somebody else. So there's something that you need to possibly... I feel like it represents a bad spiritual attachment that might be feeding like a parasitic person, okay? That you need to just let go of altogether and just stop thinking about them and do your thing, okay? Now, Scorpios, you guys, Scorpio, shout out to the Scorpios, you guys got Notch. She represents envy and she's in the inverted position. So I feel that many of you guys are taking the initiative specifically to explore your spiritual side and your spiritual power and your witchy side. Somebody is jealous. So what I feel strongly is that it's possibly your mother. There's something, mother, stepmother, sister, older aunt, somebody jealous of you, and they're like, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the most powerful of them all? So they want to be supreme. Just something says something about supreme. And you may be coming into your witchy powers and discovering yourself. You guys got the tarot cards, a card that comes up as guidance. So many of you guys are following your intuition, you're following your spirit guides, and you are definitely on the right track. However, this person wants to war with you. They want war with you. They do. Because they jelly. Okay? You guys got the garlic card that comes up. And it's in the inverted position representing repelling bad energy. So garlic is going to be helpful to you guys. And then also I feel as though this card is representing... sending something back, blocking something is what the repel card represents, or what that word represents. So pay attention to that, Scorpio, that you guys are doing your thing and something is coming at you. This person is throwing a fireball at you. And y'all got to be prepared because this is a person that does have power, okay? And they want to try you. It's all a test, okay? Now, what garlic represents is when you're feeling vexed by unwanted and all-consuming energies, it's time to invite some raw garlic into your kitchen, okay? So this is about people being nosy. Somebody might be being nosy, maybe trying to find out information about what you're doing. Or they may be giving you unwelcome advice, spiritual advice. This could be, you know, somebody in the church that's saying, oh, don't do that, that's bad. While respecting other people's rights of their opinion, okay? And then, you know, that will give you that wisdom, I feel like, is what your spirit guides are telling you, is that it's okay for everybody to have different points of views. So you don't even necessarily have to get upset about that, but make sure that you guys either send something back this month because it's coming at you, okay? Okay, sorry guys. Yeah. Definitely sensing your mother, and also I can sense what Fam Notch is telling me is that you guys are not aware. You guys suspect it, but you're not aware of how jealous this person is of you. Okay, because you probably trust them. So that could bring you a lot of, you know, upsetness. You know, nobody likes to find out that people that they trust or love doesn't really have their back, and it can be devastating emotionally. But just keep in mind that people are people, and um, protect yourself. Now, if you get to the point where you are falling into that crap, then don't even literally send it back and keep it moving and just continue on your path. Okay, Scorpio? All right, Sagittarius, is your pentagram is in the upright position, and the goddess that comes up in your reading is Wrath, the Gabanok. Yep, Gabanok. Yep, Gamanasis, Gamanok. Okay. Woo, Lord, y'all see that? Mm. Wrath can represent negative karma coming back to you. Wrath can represent an angry, like a female may be angry at you and they may be coming at you. Also, what this card is telling me is that y'all need to pay attention to those spiritual stalkers and ghosts. Ghosts from the past. I don't know why she reminds me of that screaming banshee. The white hair. Okay, you got the catnip card, which represents bond in the upright position. So a familiar might be coming to you guys. I can see spirit animals coming to you guys in whatever form. Cats, dogs, frogs, bugs, just certain spirit animals coming to you. That's what that catnip can represent. And then you guys got the witch's cotton card representing cottage, not witch's cotton, witch's cottage card. Now in the upright position represents security. So this is something you guys need to be careful. Somebody is throwing negative energy, Sagittarius, at your house. I feel like many of you guys possibly either just moved house for the witch's cottage card to come up. Also, there could be somebody that you might be living with that could be bringing you some grief, possibly. Now, I do feel as though whatever the situation is, your security is being threatened. Okay? So make sure that you keep in mind, I feel like the catnip card coming up in this reading represents bonding not only with spirit animals, but also spirit guides and bonding with your deities. Okay? Now, the witch's cottage card. I've been waiting to do a reading so that I could look up the actual meaning, just to show respect for the makers of the cards, and then just to get more insight. The witch's cottage representing security. Okay? Within the witch's cottage, you will find all you need to change and transform your life. Here you will find magic as the cottage hearth or kitchen witch finds and transforms the mundane into the sacred. So many of you guys need to know, first of all, that you are protected, supported, and safe. Now, I will tell you that in the inverted position, I do have to tell you that many of you guys probably do want to either do some work this month for protection of your house, or you may want to seek out the guidance of a witch. I can see some of you guys walking up to a witch's house for guidance, okay? Yeah, represents not, you guys may get some witches advice, but you may shut it out. Okay? And if you're shutting that out, that wouldn't be good, especially this month, because many of you guys have something coming at you. The Wrath card can represent possible somebody bringing a war to you this month. Who is this? The Gabanok. I think that's how you pronounce the name. She's of Haitian origin. She brings hurricanes, earthquakes, and such other disasters. But what I can tell you, this card representing water could represent a storm of emotions. It could represent somebody getting upset with you, coming at you about something. Hold on, guys, I need to check on something I got in the oven. Give me a second. I'm so sorry. Perfectly. Okay. Okay, so I feel like you guys need to definitely be on your P's and Q's as far as with, maybe some sort of defense. Yeah, she represents someone is out to cause trouble, or your past is catching up with you. So definitely could represent somebody coming from the past. But I also do see, familiars coming to you to help, but many of you guys shutting it out. Okay? Dude, hold on a second, you guys. I will be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. All right, so yeah, definitely want to watch out for people possibly, coming at you where you lay your head. Also, Sagittarius. Okay, now Capricorns, you guys got the pentagram in the inverted position. Your goddess is Penthesila. You guys got Penthesila, which represents guilt. Okay. Now your other cards that you got is the chocolate card in the inverted position, which represents an aphrodisiac. And then the Yule card comes up in the inverted position representing rebirth. So I feel like what Spirit is saying is don't hold on to guilt, things that you may have done to people in the past, and to forgive yourself. And to also just feel good. The chocolate card is the chocolate is related to happiness, celebration, the pleasures of life, being caught up in the joy and the lust of life, okay? And just letting yourself live life, and forgiving yourself from the past, okay? Forgiving yourself for maybe things that you've done in the past, even though there may be people that could be trying to tell you that, you're condemned or you can't get past your past. That's not true. Take care of yourself. Give yourself a treat. Treat yourself is what spirits feel that you should do. Okay. This Yule card, let's get into that before we move on, because guys, I want to make sure that my battery doesn't go out, because I can only get my phone to like 40%. But that happens sometimes. Depends on what's going on. So the Yule card represents rebirth. And it represents your past is truly behind you. The difficulties you've endured have made you stronger and wiser. So many of you guys may have had to defend yourself from somebody. You may have had difficulty in the past, and you may have done things that, maybe you feel that you can't forgive yourself for. You want to go ahead and do that, even though there may be people trying to pull you back into that. You have every right to to get past that. Okay. Now, somebody may be trying to make you feel guilty for the things that you have obtained. And what else was I going to say about that? With your past being behind you and the rebirth card. This is something that's going to happen within yourself. In order for others to forgive you, you have to forgive yourself when you're carrying some sort of guilt. Okay? And don't allow somebody to guilt you from things for the past that you have already made up for. So I feel like this is either going to be an ex-lover. Now, what I will tell you is that it could represent a legal issue caused by, just looking at the practicality of this card, it could be caused by an ex that you have children with. So the guilt card could represent maybe an ex could be bringing legal trouble towards you about custody or child support, is what I will tell you that I can see. Now, what I will tell you is that you need to, I feel also with the chocolate card coming up in the reverse position, I feel like it's representing, treating yourself and not necessarily, it's got something to do with money. It's got something to do with money and money flow. And I feel like a lot of you guys, when it comes to money, a lot of you Capricorns, you guys like to, especially when something is coming up, you guys start to get very nervous about money. And I feel like a lot of you guys will sort of deny yourself of what you need because of your financial responsibilities. But something tells me that, you guys have the gateway open for prosperity to come in. So you don't have to be so fickle with money. But don't loan out money too much. Be careful with that. Be careful with people possibly taking advantage of you. Okay? All right, Aquariuses, you guys got the pentacle in the upright position. And your goddess is Pandora in the reverse position. So she represents curiosity. I feel that in your reading, there is somebody that is looking at you, staring at you, being nosy. Feel like you're dealing with somebody that's dipping their nose in your spiritual business. Or it could represent you possibly doing that. Now, the witch card comes up. Spirits is saying, I feel like in the upright position represents the responsibility of being a witch and guiding and leading others. And then also I feel like this could represent, Pandora's something happening to jumpstart your healing energies or your healing powers. Now, also the witch card could represent a lot of you Aquarius is discovering your witchy power this month. And the reason why Pandora comes up in the reverse position is because when you open up that doorway, just keep this in mind, that other stuff can come through it and you have to be prepared for it. Now, the turmeric card comes up, which represents diversity. So this is the same thing. It's in the upright position. Represents you dealing with diversity. Okay, because I know that when I first went into becoming a witch, especially a witch in the public, I was just, I had envisions of, growing herbs and and making tinctures and just meditating and I'm just vibrating and just going higher and higher. And you do that, but diversity does come with it, because I feel like many of you guys may have religious family or either people around you that may not agree with it. They can sense it, they have the intuition of it, but they're sort of, they're not quite ready for that. So for a lot of you, that will come from those negative spirits. But also keep in mind, Pandora, let's look at who this goddess is, because she definitely is bringing you guys a specific message. Sorry guys, I'm gonna clear my throat. Okay, so she is the gifted one. Okay, so again, going in lines of your spiritual gifts. She's of Greek origin, created by the gods as the first mortal woman. She was gifted with many objects and talents, including a box. Though she released the lid and unleashed all sorts of disease, plague, and misery upon the world. Pandora got the lid back on just in time to save hope, but the cycle of death and rebirth had already been established on Earth. So another thing that Spirits is talking about is mastering, controlling the spirits around you. Okay, your spirits. Okay, and then just taking into consideration, I feel like just going off of my intuition is that if you guys are going to open up the floodgates, you got to be prepared. Okay. So looking at the witch card, I think I have time to look at that. Let me check. Oh, I've got plenty of battery. I'm good. Okay, the Witch Oracle card. The Witch, the keyword being healer. Nature calls. Okay, oh, also spirits are saying you are a natural healer, which would make sense because you're an Aquarius. You have a natural affinity with plants and herbs. Study to qualify as an herbal practitioner. Use complementary medicine and aromatherapy to heal. So this is all about, also magic and old ways. The mystery of magic is beckoning to you and it's calling to you this month. So Spirits is saying that if you open up Pandora's box, which is disease and plague, that you learn to put it back in the box. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to learn how to maybe compartmentalize it or either heal it. Learning to heal from certain things. Whatever that may be. Okay. Also using herbs and using the knowledge of witchcraft to heal yourself as well as others. Okay. Now you guys got the turmeric card that comes up, and turmeric is absolutely associated with healing energy. Okay. In particular, healing of the stomach. I don't know why this is what Spirit is saying to me. Yeah, for acid reflux. Okay. Turmeric is good for that, and hypothyroidism. So you guys could maybe put a little bit of that, because you know what? I will tell you that as a witch, I can tell you that sometimes the things that you're dealing with, especially dealing with diversity, and here's another thing, diversity can mean whatever it is that, okay, so diversity could mean stepping up your knowledge of witchcraft to get more so into the healing, which is very powerful. If you're already into witchcraft, okay? And so learning new things as well, shaking things up a little bit, trying something new, okay? And there was another thing. Also, this is a cancer fighting herb. So I also feel like some of you guys this month, you may be finding out that, somebody might be sick. So I do feel like sickness is associated with Pandora's card. But also you got the healing card or the witch card, which represents your ability to heal that situation. Okay. Because I can tell you that sometimes the spirit of either bad magic or bad energy, it definitely can make you just get very, also gassy and bloated and just, ooh, I hate that. Okay? And sometimes those spiritual symptoms, because many of you guys are having like these spiritual symptoms, and then learning how to manage them or either heal them altogether. Okay? Last but not least, the Pisces. You guys, this pentagram comes up in the inverted position, and your goddess for this reading is Nema Tona, which represents secrecy. She's in the upright position. Also, what comes up is the Salt card in the inverted position, which represents protection. And then you got the Staff card, which represents stability. So this has something to do with your love life on some level. I do feel like Nematoma is talking about keeping things to yourself, not sharing everything, maybe even keeping a new relationship to yourself until better times. Sometimes you do have to keep things on the hush. So I feel like a lot of you guys, love is going to come into your life this month with the Staff card. Either love or either some kind of new beginning in your love life. Okay, and the Salt card represents cleansing, but also does represent protection, and it's in the inverted position. So Spirit is talking about protecting your information. Also, maybe possibly changing your passwords. A possibility that Spirit is talking about that. But what I do pick up on with the secrecy card is either definitely some things are going to be revealed to you. Absolutely. I definitely do feel that somebody, there's either some jealous person or some negative person they are going to show their true colors. I do feel that the secrecy card does represent kind of like the High Priestess card. What Nematoma is telling me just off my head is that it's a false friend that you may not want to tell your business to. Loose lips can sometimes sink ships. So whatever it is, whether or not it's love, money, or both, because the stability card comes up, which is the Staff card, which represents that there's going to be some sort of new beginning during the month of June that is going to lead you to stability. Now, more than likely, we're talking about either financial stability or either stability within a relationship, or it could be stability within your magic. Okay, maybe some of you, Pisces, just looking at it from a witchy perspective, maybe there are some things about your magic that you may want to keep to yourself, or somehow, concealing things, you know what I'm saying? I do really feel that because the stability card, what this is representing, a lot of people don't really think about what stability represents. It also represents grounding. And being that it's a staff related to the root chakra, is representing you guys moving on from a negative past that involved either people being all up in your business or either people that were doing things behind your back in secret. Definitely feel like it's a representation of familials. Could definitely either be your family or your ex's family or both. So I do feel like with this Salt card coming up reverse, first of all, The stability card is an extremely good sign for the month of June for a lot of you Pisceans. But Spirit is talking about, hey, when you get, if let's say you get 5 grand or 10 grand or 20 grand, keep it to yourself. Don't go and tell folk. Keep that to yourself, because you know they may not even be asking for the money. It's not even about people that ask you for money, but it's about people that you know, they may want to say, well, I don't want to see you have that kind of success again, so I can see success coming. Then also, I feel as though, again, when it comes to your secret information, and again, it could possibly be a love relationship, because, sometimes some people you don't need to tell none of your business to. Don't, and they may call you every 10th of June asking you for your business, and I just wouldn't pick up the phone. Okay, let's read about this goddess, and then I'm gonna wrap this up so I can get to and follow up with some folks. Nematoma does also represent something being revealed to you. Definitely a very good sign seeing her come up in the reading. Now, it could represent someone keeping a secret from you, but what I will tell you with the staff card coming up completely and totally balances that card out. Okay? But I feel as though you've got a good thing going, and you'll want to guard it and protect it. And we could be talking about your personal information. Also, what Nematoma is saying, don't tell too much because of your emotions. Don't start talking too much because you have emotions, and you just start revealing things that you need to keep to yourself. Okay? All right, guys. That is you guys' readings. I hope that you enjoyed these. Hit that thumbs up again. If you guys want a private reading, you can either hit up my Cash App, $Psychic Jamila, or you can visit my Etsy page, okay? Let me see what is going on in the chat up in here. Hey, guys. Hey. Okay. Hey, Unapologetic Ella. Okay, I just wanted to see what was going on. Oh, you said some turmeric has lead in it. Be careful. Okay. Well, thank you for letting us know that. All right, Scorpio Witch, thank you so much for coming, and thank you for posting my Cash App stuff in the chat. I appreciate you guys coming. Y'all have a wonderful week, and I will see y'all later. Okay? Love and light.